Joe Rogan is the P Diddy of comedy. Question mark. Now, I'm not making a statement. I'm not saying a thing. I'm just asking a question. Now, you want to say, oh, why? Well, hear me out. Just hear me out. A lot of what's happening with Diddy, a lot of what happened with Epstein seems kind of like something in the Rogan sphere. And you say, well, what are you talking about? Well, there just seems to be a lot of money, a lot of paying people that aren't funny at all, becoming successful comedians. And there just seems to be a lot of ignorance towards real life and actual people in real life. Now, what do you mean? Well, abuse towards people. And we'll talk about that later. But let's tackle the money thing first. You know, when you get into these big rings, these cults, right, that do these things, there tends to be a lot of paying people off. And that paying people off gets you silence. And that silence gets you year after year after year. And when that silence is broken, which always happens because you can only take so much before you crack, that's when you get a Diddy situation, you get a raid, whatever, right? So let's see some of Joe's closest friends talk about that money.
Yeah, he kept me in business for a long time.
Rogan did?
I opened for him for 5-6 years on the road. Yeah, we're good friends. We're good friends. But like, so I mean, I can't pay him back. I just try to pass it.
How many
forward.
dates do you do a year?
You see that? Rogan paid him off for years. And he even says back here that Rogan would just pass around money. If you saw you, if you needed you, he'd give you $20. And then if you got close to him, he'd pay your whole career and he'd make you and he would knight you into his way of life. But you say, well, that kind of bringing new people on and that can't still be happening. Well, yeah, it's still happening to this day. That's what David Lucas is. Well, you want to see the kind of new people he's bringing on, just like he brought on Ari Shaffir? We all know about Ari Shaffir, and I'll show you a little bit more about him. But let's see how the new talent, the ones he's always talking about on his podcast, how they act today. Oh, this has been blowing up, but I got to show it one more time because I am still shocked. Well, let's see what you think.
Something like it set me off when I grabbed that bitch from behind her neck, bro. And that bitch, I choked her, dog, and she passed out. She passed out of my arm in literally like 5 or 6 seconds. Scared.
Oh my gosh!
I was so scared. I thought
was that in the shower?
She was drying off.
Drying off?
Yeah, bro. She collapsed him on. That was scary as a bitch, bro.
What'd you do?
As soon as she hit the ground, she woke back up. I started crying.
Did you drop her, or you sort of set her on the ground?
Bro, I literally, like, imagine you choking somebody,
yeah,
and before you know, they just pass out.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Was that your reaction? My reaction is like, what the... YouTube's been getting me lately, so I'm trying not to say bad words anymore. But you have a man, David Lucas, put his arm behind his lady because she made a comment he didn't like, and till she fell on the ground. Just literally, I can't say the word. YouTube gets mad. I'm sorry, but you know this moment behind the old rear naked. You could do it like this. You could do it like this. However you want to do it. And dropped her, and gravity at 9.8 meters per second awoke her up. I don't know. I've never done that to a lady I disagreed with. But these are the people he's promoting and that are hanging around him backstage at the Comedy Mothership Green Room. Okay, well, you say, but he's a new guy. Maybe he's just a bad egg. Well, alrighty then. Let's go on to Joey Diaz. And action.
The funniest comics find an audience. Here's the thing, though. No, just let me show you.
She's lucky she paid $100. I had girls sucking my
giving me coke from Chewy. You think I'm fucking kidding you? Fuck yeah, you gotta sit my dick to get up in the belly room. I'll make a call for you. That's the fucking gateway into coming to Hollywood. Everybody knows that.
How many girls did you have do that?
Oh, 20 of them. I had this little blonde open mic chick dog that used to come up to the Comedy Store with a 20 and just take me up to the belly room and suck my dick and go do her set. She was tremendous.
Wow.
She finally freaked out. When she got to Hollywood, bro, she was beautiful. And when she left, she had dirty fucking, her nails were dirty. And then a year later, she wrote me a letter to the Comedy Store. You sucker, you broke me.
And there you have it. In order to get on the worst stage in the Comedy Store, you had to do mouth to mouth on his nether region to the worst guy, the worst looking guy, at least in the Comedy Store. And he said he did it over to 20 women. And you know, the statement, that statement alone shocks you. But he said he gave them a welcome to Hollywood, an introduction to how it is, right? He said, welcome to Hollywood. And they all talk about Hollywood, Hollyweird, right? And all this stuff that seems to be prevalent there. Well, are these guys carrying on the tradition? Because the only one that looked kind of messed up in shock was Red Band there. And you know he don't say anything because they all jump on him. What was Rogan's reaction? Well, he laughed and clapped his hands like, oh, good job, buddy. 20? Hey. It's kind of crazy, huh? How these people don't have reactions like you and me. They just think it's normal. The privilege. Joe Rogan has paid and made all these careers. And they've created a world. Which, hold on, I'm not making anything statements about if he is the P Diddy of comedy. I'm just saying this world kind of looks similar. But you say, oh, well, Joey's been there a long time, but you know, the other people aren't like that. No, you think they love women and give them great respect? Well, there's always Ari Shaffir to break that feeling for you. Here we go. This is good old Ari. And notice the hand on the belly. Why? Because she's a proud, pregnant, soon-to-be mom.
Wait. Let's make it official.
Wait! I never noticed this before about this clip, but before we get to this, it's going to make a whole lot of sense. Is that the husband? I think that's the husband. You know what he's going to do something gross to this lady. But let's look at the husband, because I've seen this clip a few times and I just noticed, because the hand on the belly, this this is way worse now. Let's look.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Oh my God. Baby's first teabagging.
I'm sure for the husband, he's playing it up because he's on Kill Tony, but we all know how he feels. And if you didn't understand what just happened, Ari Shaffir pulled out his yin yang twin and he put it on her belly. And then Tony said, baby's first teabagging. These are the people that Joe Rogan promotes, that hangs around. And you could go, well, it's Kill Tony. It's supposed to be comedy. Is it? Is it? Is this comedy? Is this what you find funny? There's nothing, literally nothing else in the world for you to talk about, that you got to pull out your thing twin and then you got to put it on the belly of a pregnant lady? Shut up. Shut up. That excuse is stupid. And look, I'm not woke. I'm not liberal. I'm nothing. I'm nothing political. And as a nothing political guy with nothing, I'm telling you that that is stupid. And that is low chain comedy. And you don't know what low chain is. This is low chain because I just made it up because I didn't even think of another word. So there. Stupid excuse. Let's go on.
Sergio doesn't know what to do. He's hard.
Yeah, he's heartbroken, right? But let's stop looking at the friends. Let's look at Joe Rogan's reaction to the Diddy stuff. Here we go.
What's going on, Jamie?
I don't know. There's a lot going on. A lot of rumors are flying.
The rumors are that Diddy was running some kind of Epstein type deal where he was filming everybody, right?
That's the rumors. Yeah, I don't know that there's any proof or anything other than that.
The thing is, like, we're getting the rumors from the internet, and the internet thinks that the Taliban took out that bridge in Baltimore. So it's like, who knows? Who knows what's real?
That's what Diddy's lawyer.
What do you mean, Joe Rogan? Mr. Joseph Rokskis. Listen here. You're already less than 30 seconds in and you're trying to blow it off as not true. Well, now I'm suspicious. But in case you don't understand, this is a case with overwhelming video evidence, picture evidence, eyewitness testimony, victims, and several other lawsuits against this man for things specific to this case. And if you didn't notice, the government the government doesn't like to waste its time, and it always wants to go, well, the government does waste a lot of time, but in theory, and it wants to go where the money is. And the government has found enough evidence to assure itself a nice little RICO case that is going to get itself some money back. It doesn't care about the people. It pretends to. That's a whole nother story. I'm sorry. We're going down another rabbit hole. But the government has found sufficient evidence to bring a RICO trial indictment against these guys. And those RICO charges are usually reserved for mafia leaders, cartel leaders, gang leaders. Well, the leaders of big criminal organizations. So I'm just saying, it's pretty close to being a surefire thing.
Lawyers, I think, said it was like that. These are just trumped up charges. Not trumped up. I don't think they said that, but like
trumped up,
like bullshit charges.
Dude, when Homeland Security invade your house,
you got problems
with dudes with guns and body armor.
Someone said that they weren't there to take stuff; they were there to delete everything. Like the real people that were in there,
Oh,
like
that's
the same
funny.
thing with Epstein.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
that's fun. Of course, there's layers upon layers. When you get into these conspiracy theories, man, they never end.
I find it kind of weird that within the first minute, Joe Rogan is like, "Who are you gonna believe?" It's a conspiracy. There's just layers and layers. It's the internet, not all this overwhelming evidence, it's just the internet. It's just really strange. It's really strange. And I find it strange that he knows nothing about this, being a huge star and all these celebrities around him, and he knows nothing about this. They're just kind of acting like nothing's going on. Oh, just another guy, a big old cult like abuse deal, it is what it is.
They never end. There's just layers upon layers upon layers.
It's fun to talk about.
It is fun to talk about. It's hard to know what's true, but
Who knows?
People genuinely love it when someone like Diddy gets caught, though. The glee that people have is weird.
Why?
Because he's too successful. Also, it's like there was always so much East Coast, West Coast shit that's still like in the zeitgeist, like with Biggie and Tupac, and they were all hating at each other, and they both got killed, and there was a lot.
I don't know, man. That was 1996. I think that kind of stuff has died at this point. But I mean, if you wanna put it on that, we can put it on that. That's fine. Okay. Okay.
Going on.
All right, he's out of touch. That is what it is. He is out of touch. It's crazy how out of touch he is. It's not good. He's out of touch.
And then there's people that thought that Puffy was involved and Suge Knight was involved.
I think Suge Knight's the one who said that thing I just thought of.
What thing?
About that they were there to delete stuff.
Well, if he really was filming everybody,
Let me see.
I mean, he had a lot of people at those parties, right? You know who said?
Joey's like, I live in New Jersey. Which is right near New York and the Hamptons. I'm saying.
Luke from 2 Live Crew?
Yeah, he said he was to leave early.
Yeah.
Or something, right?
When Luke from 2 Live Crew is leaving early, like, you got a wild party.
Have you ever had a friend and had a conversation with them that they had no interest or they just wanted to not go down that road and be it over, and you kept going and they realized you wouldn't stop, so they just lift their head up and give you a little acknowledgement and then go back to just hoping that you'll finish fast enough? That's what Joey is doing right now.
What if what's happening is too fucked up for Luke from 2 Live Crew? Check, please. There's so many different stories. Who knows?
What are you gonna do?
I'm not doing that.
We're not involved in them. I was
involved.
never at Diddy's party. I don't even know the motherfucker.
We're out
I
here
don't want to know nobody.
telling
I don't know
jokes.
nobody.
Telling jokes.
Like I told you.
Having fun.
That's it.
Yeah.
Smoking dope, cracking jokes, making people.
That's
everything
it.
else is background music. And living in LA, you have all this shit that's going on around you. That's what you have your life, and then you have all this shit that goes in and out of your ears all fucking day, and you're like, I just want to do stand up.
You also have those.
You know what? Also, the person or the over 20 people that you made give mouth to your thing, they just wanted to do stand up. But you didn't let them, did you? You made them pay the toll. Welcome to Hollywood, right?
Those celebrity environments where celebrities all get together, and there's so many of them, in these wild parties. And if you got a wild party and P Diddy puts on that wild party, and he sets everybody up. Like if you were an intelligence agent, like a Jeffrey Epstein type deal, that'd be the way to do it. Big old crazy party, get everybody loose,
And get the cameras
get them the
rolling.
yayo, get them the yayo.
And now finally, no empathy, no acknowledgement, just this could be a government thing. It's a big old conspiracy to get all the celebrities in a party, which is always possible. But for decades, you say we sit here as ordinary people just wanting to see a successful man fall. And it's not that. Because when I mess up, the police get me, the government gets me, the telephone company gets me, the cable, the internet, the car repair shop gets me, the grocery store really gets me. And you know what? It's not because we love to see a famous man fall. No, it's because you become famous, you think you're better than everybody, you get this wild ego. And then you just do whatever you want, and over and over and over and over and over again, you get away with it and never have to be responsible for ruining the lives of regular people like me. It's us regular people that pay the toll. It's us regular people that pay the price mentally, physically, and whatever way else we have to pay for it from these parties, from these men's behavior. And I'm sorry if in your little fantasy world, because you're so rich you don't have to grasp reality, you think it's because, we just want to see a successful man come down because we're jealous and we're on the internet in the comments section, and that means we're fucking stupid. Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Rogan. This face explains it all. And I'm not saying that he is the P Diddy of comedy. It's just a question. But when Joey Diaz, Brian Callen, Brendan Schaub, Ari Shafir, David Lucas, Tony Hinchcliffe, and a multitude of others have had sexual allegations against them. And there's overwhelming, just like the Diddy case, physical evidence that we could see with our own eyes that I showed you just a fraction of. So I'm not saying where there's poop, there's dogs. But there's poop. An old Yeller is over there in the field. Now, just like old Epstein, you're either going to face old Yeller coming home and acknowledge the problem, or you're going to take him out into the woods and